It's Valentine's Day, y'all.
Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Welcome back to the next episode of Don't Do That.
Don't do that.
Epic Fridays, y'all. Smoke of the Death, New York City Diesel, Pipe Sticks, House of Dink. That is my spot.
That is the spot.
That's the spot. So House of Dink, Lansing, Michigan.
127.
127. Just let them know Robert Summers and Candy Summers sent you up there to get your smoke. If you've never been there, you get your freebie. Oh my. Alright, guys. Not quite sundress season yet.
Not at all.
If I see you out here in a sundress, I'm gonna have to call you out on that craziness.
Hey,
that's
yo.
nonsense.
Not right now, not yet. But this summer, for sure. That's Ichiban Side the homie. Ichiban Side the masked man from Onslaught. And that's for the ladies for Valentine's Day. Sundress season.
I might actually get myself a little sundress this year. Who knows?
Oh boy.
I doubt it. I doubt it.
So we are wearing red and pink and, you know, all of those Valentine's Day colors for y'all to stay within the theme, and love is in the air, and
but love isn't always in the air.
The Red Hulk is smashing Sam Wilson at the theater right now. I'll talk a little bit about that. And talk a little bit about a couple other things in entertainment news. And Potts, what you got on the heavy for us?
I got us some GOP news. They're about to sue the judges they're trying to impeach the judges that are blocking Trump from doing what he wants to do. Like federal freezes, you know, looking at Treasury documents that are supposed to be confidential for certain things. But we'll see where that goes. And
You're doing too much.
JP Morgan Chase, RTO in effect in March, return to office. People are having to return to the office starting in March. They are reading out, I believe, hybrid working, which is more online and whatnot, but we'll get into details of what that exactly is. So you go ahead. Let's bring it out some light, since it is a nice day, you know, it's a love day. You know, we want to start off nice and whatnot. We might end up ending heavy, who knows?
Well, in entertainment news, the cast for the He-Man Masters of the Universe movie continues to grow. And the cast continues to get better. Nice. I'm really starting to anticipate this movie. Like, I don't know the Nicholas Galzatine. I know I'm butchering his name. Chop chop. Nicholas Galzatine is He-Man, so I'm quite sure he's somewhere trying to get his Henry Cavill on.
Yeah.
Jared Leto, who you all know was probably the worst Joker ever, is going to be Skeletor. Idris Elba from Everything. But I mean, let's see. What do we know him most from? Idris Elba, The Wire. Heimdall from Asgard in MCU. He's going to be Man at Arms. And Veronica from Riverdale on the CW, the dark hair, forget her name, his last name's Mendez. She will be Tila, which I'm not sure how that exactly works, because Man at Arms is supposed to be her dad. Alright, but then we got the Sorceress, and the Sorceress has been cast Morena Baccarin, who is actually Deadpool's girlfriend in all 3 of the Deadpool movies, and she was in Gotham. She's going to be Sorceress.
I like the fact that what I've noticed is they have people because He-Man is a very beloved old school cartoon.
Deep 80s
Like
cartoon.
it was going on to Cartoon Network, I believe, when I was growing up.
They've done a bunch of remakes and revelations and all this different stuff. They still got a bunch of He-Man toys on the shelves.
I watched the VHS tapes.
From the revelations. You know, they don't have the, well, they do have the old school ones. You can find them. I'm just a superhero swag, so of course you can find them. But let's see, I know they're gonna have a CGI, of course, Battle Cat. I'm hoping they have a CGI Orko. Gotta have Orko. If you got Trap Jaw and
you need to have all
Fisto.
Fisto.
Shout out to the homie John Campy.
Fisto.
Oh boy. Yeah, Fisto. But yeah, that movie is chugging right along. And also, and speaking of movies that are chugging right along, I gotta go to the Trusty Dusty.
The Trusty Dusty.
And the Trusty Dusty is gonna tell me that let me give you a no spoiler review on Captain America, Brave New World. Alright, so basically we all know that they don't have the rights to the Incredible Hulk. Universal doesn't like money. They don't want to sell the character back, even though they're not doing anything with them. They're not partnering up with in the MCU and making a Hulk film.
I thought they had to though by the written contract.
They can make television shows, which is why they made She-Hulk. They're open to make television shows,
okay,
but they can't make feature films. Exactly. What is Universal doing? Why won't they just give up the rights or start making movies with the Hulk? So like Sony is doing with Spider-Man, start a whole Hulk universe if you've got the rights to the character. Partner up with Marvel and make it happen, but they're not doing that. So
I thought in the contract it stated that though, that they had to do something with it though. If they didn't do anything with
that was definitely with Sony. I'm not sure what's going on with Universal because they haven't done anything with Namor.
I thought that's why.
Well, we got Namor back.
I thought that's why what's her face went over there from Marvel. What is it, Pascal or whatever her name is?
That was Sony. That was Sony. She didn't go to Fox.
Okay, but I wonder who.
I mean, she didn't go to Universal. She didn't go to Universal. But the Captain America was the actual, focus of what we're supposed to be talking about. The Captain America movie is more like a continuation of a lot of plot lines that were left open, like the Tiamat being left in the Indian Ocean and being frozen over by Cersei. Okay, so they just almost 4 years later finally address that there's a big celestial poking out of the ground. So, which is where they get adamantium from. The action scenes are fire, but the pacing is kind of. I think this was the director's first try at a Tom Clancy type of thriller. He wanted to do kind of like a love letter to Winter Soldier, and you feel those vibes because that was one of the best Captain America movies. So of course you want to try and catch that lightning in a bottle, duplicate it, but.
That's not what the point of is. That's not what you're there for.
I've got Red on, so I'm going to tell you. Red Hulk is not in the movie, but that long. That long. If you blink, you'll miss it. Don't go to the bathroom because you'll miss it. Don't do it. Because, yeah, they marketed the whole movie under the Red Hulk premise, but it's actually more to it than that. So go see the movie, check it out, support the homie Anthony Mackie. Liv Tyler makes an appearance in the movie, but like I said, blink and you'll miss it. Blink and you'll miss it. A lot of misleading trailers. Marvel's known for that. Let's get to the heavy.
Sadly, every single one of them that makes movies is very known for that. Can't just.
Marvel is notorious for shading stuff out of trailers, erasing stuff, and
DC's right along with them.
Yeah.
Both of them. Yeah. So yeah, we can't put blame on just one because they both suck when it comes to that. All of them do. So now, as you know, we have the couple judges that went against Trump's orders when it came to like the federal funding and whatnot, but also the DOGE. Also, they went against them when it came to the Treasury Department. It's Judge John McConnell, which is the one that stopped him from the federal freezing when it came to like your food stamps, your student loans, and the student payments and whatnot. Even though in certain areas, from my understanding, is they're still freezing certain people's stuff still, regardless of what the judge is, and regardless if it's hit you or not. Don't think that it hasn't hit anybody else. But don't think that you're special, because don't think that if all this happens, it's not going to come for you too. Okay? And then the New York U.S. District Judge Paul Engelmeyer is the one that blocked Trump and Department of Government Efficiency accessing Treasury Department's records. Now, the thing is this is what my problem is the DOGE is a new portion of something that they wanted to make of themselves. It's
is
not
that what old
Musk
boy
is.
Musk is
Yes, that is what Musk is running. And I mean, at the same time,
Okay.
I mean, you're not born and raised here. You may be a legal immigrant, but you're still an immigrant,
I want to
and
ask
you
the
need to go home.
questions that everybody else is probably asking, because
But Africa
I'm
probably
just
don't want him either.
I'm an everyman just like the rest of you, and that's why we did this channel, because we're just regular people like y'all. Alright? So I just want to know, what makes Elon Musk, what makes him the person that is, qualified for a job to run Department of Government Efficiency? What besides his large bank account
And the color of his skin.
enables him to have a job of that magnitude? Because you're rich?
He's not that smart.
Like, I've heard someone make the comparison to Tony Stark.
Yeah, he's smart.
Okay,
understandable, but he's not smart enough to get his own Twitter back, also known now as X, which one of his previous employees.
You can't figure out how to change Twitter back to Twitter from X, because the people that worked for you were pissed off and they left it that way, and you can't uncrack it. But you're gonna run Department of Government Efficiency, but you can't have efficiency at your own app. And then you throw you're doing.
And not just that, we're gonna throw in the efficiency of being able to get your stuff for your car, because your home doesn't even want to do business with you.
You don't look right.
Because remember, ladies and gentlemen, he's from Africa. He's not from. That's the thing. Is where he's from. Is where he got all his stuff for Tesla. No longer. Okay. Well, on to the next part, I guess. But, yeah.
Get out of here, man.
But Democrats say the orders are an overreach of power, and courts are there to intervene. They are part of what they call the check and balance system. But of course, the Republicans say that the judges are abusing their power. Rulings are all based on personal political views. That's why I don't feel that you should have anybody, honestly, in a certain situation like that. Nobody should have a political view. Get somebody that's not on either one of your side.
Yeah, it's really messed up.
But the Georgia Republican rep, Andrew Clyde, had drafted articles for the impeachment on him, basically telling them that they're partisan judges abusing their positions and is their threat to the democracy itself. But I feel like all of them are a threat to democracy, every single one of them. It doesn't matter what side you're on. I don't care if you're Republican. I don't care if you're Democrat. At the end of the day, none of them are for you in general. Now, the judges have only been impeached 15 times, and only 8 have been fully impeached. Now, the process is beginning in the House with simple majority rule, and then it goes to an actual Senate to hold a trial, and then removal with 2/3 vote. So at the end of the day, you have to get 2/3 of the Senate to be able to impeach them, which I don't see that happening. But at the end of the day, the coincidence is these two judges are also people that were appointed by the opposite side. So there's always going to be a feud back and forth no matter what.
All I see since this man has taken over is a bunch of, I mean, I feel like I'm watching a movie or I'm listening to somebody tell me a joke and I'm just waiting on the punchline. So, so what happened was, I shut down everything and froze this and took over the Kennedy Center and fired a bunch of Democrats, and then I did this and I'm just waiting to be like, but when did the good part come?
Right.
Out of all of this stuff that you're
grocery
doing,
costs, lower gases that were promised. You're more worried about other stuff.
I'm hearing a bunch of minuses. I ain't hearing no plus nowhere.
No, see you going after big corporations or anything like that.
You gonna go after his buddies?
Yeah.
Don't go after his boys, folks.
So,
So.
I don't know.
And in other news.
In other news.
We have seen, of course, a big influx of movies coming out that are based on animation. So recently and I know people are gonna talk trash, and this is not me shilling for Burger King. This is not me trying to get a sponsorship for Burger King. But
oh God.
But we were at Burger King earlier and I saw the Smurfs. And I remembered that the Smurfs movie is about to be in theaters and that Rihanna is the voice of Smurfette.
Yay!
And so I wanted to let y'all know that that movie is on the way, as well as a live action adaptation, for those who did not know, of How to Train Your Dragon from DreamWorks.
Yes.
Now this has been very popular. A lot of people like this series, and now they are bringing it to live action. And from what I've seen, it looks really good and true to the animation style and everything. So I'm not a big How to Train Your Dragon person, but for those of you who are,
I have heard from those that do follow the How to Train a Dragon. They have, in fact, had nothing but good things and positive things to say about it. I don't think I actually heard a negative thing, because I think John was talking about it.
Okay.
John Campbell was talking about it, and he was talking, before when they were talking about it, and they were saying.
Have to watch it again. Have to watch it again. Yeah.
All right.
We should do a whole show where we talk about people, kind of give shout outs to other people in the community that, we watch their shows.
We'll conjure up that idea, not up here.
Yeah.
Okay? Alright, you finish that up. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah.
Alright. So the last subject that I have today is about JP Morgan Chase. Return to office.
Chase Banks?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Okay.
Return to office in effect in March. Now, Jamie Dimon, I believe, dismisses 1,312 employees who signed a petition to keep hybrid work in effect. Now, for those that don't know what hybrid working is work arrangement where some employees work remotely and some work on site. Now, it can be a flexible way to work that balances the benefits of working in the office with working from home. Now, how does hybrid work? The benefits of it: increased productivity and satisfaction, reduced isolation and lack of community, better mental health, stronger working relationships, and less burnout. Now, they can work from home, other areas and whatnot. It's pretty much back office people that it's going to be affecting. So the back office employees are within the company who perform more of like the HR functions, the behind the scenes functions, the tech stuff, where you do have to make sure you do have a working computer, all that basic stuff that you need to make sure that you can do Zoom meetings and all that other good jazz. But what the workers are calling for the hybrid to be staying in effect, because it does benefit some people. It does, because again, keeping daycare is expensive. Okay, and with things are going the way they are going now, that is something that some people, as taxpayers, are not going to be able to benefit from. Because I feel at the end of the day, if you are a taxpayer, you are working, you should be allowed, by all means, to have some sort of daycare for your kids. Period. At the end of the day, you pay into it, why not? And stop taking taxes for stuff like that and let us keep it in our pocket and we don't have to worry about it. Now, again, 1,312 people out of 3,000 people signed. Alright, so that is less than half of the people that signed the petition. Some people want hybrid working gone, and it seems as if the majority want hybrid working gone. They want people back to work. And now, a recording obtained by Reuters.com, they are a news break type of thing where it covers the world news, British news, US news and whatnot, had quoted him, "Don't waste time on it. I don't care how many people signed the effing petition." Now, again, Reuters is you can Google it, look it up. It's a news area. You can see them, and you'll see who they are. Now, Diamond had stated that some had failed to pay attention in the Zoom meetings. So you have the bad apples. And what happens when you have bad apples in a group? It spoils for the bunch. That's something that has been a genuine life lesson. It's like guilty by association. And when you think about it, you're part of the hybrid working area, right? Somebody in that area is messing up somewhere. Not paying attention, not being able to be creative like they're supposed to, not doing their job, so it's going to affect everybody. Does it suck? You're absolutely right. It does suck because some people genuinely do work better at home. Dealing with traffic in New York, good luck. You know, I mean, that's where a lot of the main offices and whatnot are. Now, even though a record sale of $58.5 billion, they wonder why RTO is in effect. 60% of the work is in office anyways right now, so only 40% of the workforce works at home. And mainly, it mainly does, like I said, the back office employees, the HR people. And now JP Morgan also follows examples from Walmart and Amazon on strict RTO policies. That's probably not the best people to be able to go about dealing with policies, considering the fact that they already don't respect their workers to begin with. You might want to take another example, and that example is yourself. Don't follow other people. Find a way that works for your company. Alright? Make some of your people happy. The ones you see that are still booming it out, making all that stuff happen for you, keep them at home. There's ways to be able to track that. Technology is stronger than that. So that's just my thoughts on it. I get it. It sucks. But you have the ones that do suck and is spoiling it for you. So get mad at them. But like one did say in the comments there, it's going to be another corporation thing going on, you know, not just with healthcare insurance. So just keep that in mind. Don't overwork your workers. You do need to think about them. Don't take everybody else's lead. Take yours. So thanks again, guys. We are done. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend, because I know I will. I know we will. Happy Valentine's Day. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, get notified, and you will get all the notifications you need about how much stuff we're dropping. See you next time on Mad as Hell Monday. Pieces.